Hello friends, viewers and my dear subscribers, this is Stormy with the capital Z, and today I bring to you guys a Warcraft 3 shoutcast as usual. That is, this time we'll be featuring Yumiko, the TL human player, against ReMinD, the random idle player on this map Last Refuge, and this game is from the ECL Cup. I don't think it's called Cup at the end, but anyway, so the matchup is underway. Both players going for standard opening, standard human, standard idle player at the 2 o'clock, human player at the 7. And as the map is still a little new to the players are still finding taking a little time to get adapt to this map, get adapt to the creep. Well, I wouldn't say the creeps, the locations, the choke points, the timing. I would say that. Oh, it paused for a second. I was about to hit this to get the fog of war out, because this map has just too many creep camps, and actually has a lot of these narrow choke points, has a lot of narrow ways. It's actually full of narrow ways everywhere. So the altars are ready, and we're gonna be seeing a warden out from the idle player, while the human player will be going for the archmage as a standard choice, opting to block away the base with the farm over there. And the Angel War is ready, and the creeping will start at this green camp. Yes, it is a green camp. Yes, green camp, I believe. And I would say that creeping out a orange camp would have been better, just because you can get to level 2 on some of them, while well, he is going for the green one. So I believe he would go for this one and then just charge into this one in a few seconds. So no, one of the footmen is actually ready for the human layer, and actually it is heading a little further away from the base. I believe heading toward the night for some scouting or something, dropping a scout tower, which will be soon be a arcane tower at the back of the base. And the human player Archmage is ready, going for a power creeping, and surprisingly he is also going for creeping at the green camp. Seems like they want to be a little safe and sound, and go for some risky level green low. I was up to level 6, but those are green camps instead. Sorry of that. Anyways, the Nile player, yes, the Nile player seems to be going for the green camp over here, as the Answer Ward is just moving away from where it should be if it had to take damage from these trappers. Human player is done power creeping at that same camp, and actually, oh my, a the wisp over there, Nidal wisp, which has detonated over the human player, costing him some good mana there. While the Nile player is going for the camp over here, human player actually has the footman stationed at the station at the Nile base, and actually does clearly see that Nile player is going for the for the orange camp over here. And I see a lot of units there, and yes, this is what I had expected. Human player is going for a tower rush. Tower rush at this point will be very hard for the Nile player to deal with, and there's a wisp over there. Human player has to take this wisp out before it sees these. Oh my! It see the Nile player did probably see all of those militias on the minimap, and the Nile player doing the right thing, TPing back to the base. Unfortunately, that Answer Ward will be left behind, but TPing back to the base just to be able to fend this base off, because the human player is going for a early tower rush, getting the 2 Ancient Walls ready. Another Moonveil over there just to get some extra healing there. Going after the Archmage, Shadow Striking, and I do believe the Night player got to level 2 on that camp. And actually, let's see. I don't know if he has Blink or Shadow Strike. Blink of Phantom Knife. That is, we do see that he has Shadow Strike. And right now the human player is in a very good position with all of these units, with all of these towers firm in the ground. Coming up one arcane tower, Nidal player robbing away the items and then healing himself just to save the man. Nidal player has to be a little more economic over here on the mana usage, because well, it is nighttime, but even though it is nighttime, he still has to be a little economic, because he does not have many units to fend off with over here. Just 3 of them, and one of them is a mercenary. And while he does have Phantom Knives over here, as we can see, just charging away some of them over the footmen. Managed to take out 1 or 2 of them, I believe. I do see 2 corpses over here. Nightmare did not lose any units right till now. Nightmare actually pumping out archers from 2 Ancient Wars, I believe, this one, and then training and just using one to fight over there here, and actually it is working out very well. Night of Air did manage to take out 2 of the towers, and if the third one, well, the third one can't really do much because it is an arcane tower. Arcane tower can only take out the mana from the warden, and that actually can assure the human player no fan of knives, no stuff. But at this point, the human player seems to have lost everything he had. He does not have the footman, and without the footman he cannot really do any good over here. And no, not opting to drop any more towers and upgrade them, just opting to go back, I believe, as this tower rush has completely been denied, and the human player will be running away through ways. Has to be careful because he is at very low hit point near the warden, but he doesn't have to be very careful at the same time because the warden is out of mana there. Well, and he seemed to have pulled out a few more militias for some reason, but now charging back to the base, and I think as we can see, the first tower rush attempt had completely failed as the very start attempts, as the human player is dropping now in an arcane vault. Well, at this point, both of the players are at tier 1. Hunter's Fall now being dropped with the Enter of Wonders, and the human player also going for the arcane vault. While all these militias heading back to the base, as the arcane vault will be ready, human player will be healing away his footmen, and human player will have to get a little more lumber. He can get it very easily with this number of militias, that is, and human player going for. Yeah, well, for some reason he came here, but there's no reason because this camp was already crept out, and Night Player actually just right beside him might go in and engage, just get a shadow strike, or the footman can kill it. And Night Player this might still be at low mana. Yes, it is still at low mana. It is nighttime. The Night Player can use hide to shadow mend away from the human units, but at the same time, but he is running away. He is going after the Archmage that is just running away. Archmage just forced to run away. He does have the boost of speed, and this is a mistake that I would say for the Night Player, because he should have bought the boost of speed in the way that would have helped him very much. Very much to kill that Archmage, that is, and the Archmage actually going to the shop, buying the staff for teleportation, and now teleporting back himself to the base. Well, the Knight of Army seems to be going in the tavern. Do he have tier 2? No tier 2 ready yet. Ancient Protectors being dropped at the front door in some words, I believe, and in some sense, that is. And human player actually, well, Yumiko actually got a militia in there, and actually got a zeppelin, and seems like this troll didn't like it, and is still following it. Oh my, still following it, and now running back. Anyways, the Idle player is just separating his army away from this heroes for some reason, just running around to see and if there is any kind of creeping done by the human player, just to be able to harass, because he does have a little too many archers over here. Might consider creeping out the few camps, might consider finishing this camp, or taking another shadow troll piece, because the troll piece is a very useful unit at the very early point of the game. Well, the human player is using the goblin zeppelin that he bought to transport his army all across the map from the upper side, and I believe towards the back side of the Night Player. Might consider going from the back and maybe take out the gold mine or something like that, but let's see what happens. But the Night Player goes to creep at the orange camp at a goblin merchant, and yes, the human player is going for a drop, I believe, going towards the back side of the Night Player, back side of the Night base, and planning to destroy the base from inside. But it does have some defense over here. I wouldn't say the best ones, but it is daytime, and the Night Player cannot shadow mend, and he cannot regenerate from the moon wells, the mana of the moon wells, that is. And actually he got a 2 more experience over here. And where's the warden? Oh, the wardens are a little far away. He should pick it off one way or another, because this is the best tomb you could get on any map. And oh, just see the porter dancing over here. Oh, anyways, the human player actually opting to go back and finish off this camp which the Night Player had left out before. He might consider buying the Shadow Troll piece, but he chose not to, and actually got all of footmen inside the zeppelin. Chose not to, while he is going to tier 2. Tier 2 is almost ready. He actually got a blacksmith at the back of the base. He got a lot of gold over here, and the Night Player also got a, oh my, that's a lot of gold there. Maybe he's just storing it up for tier 2. Gonna be mass producing just as he gets there. And I believe That's the first archer kill by the human player. But Nidal player is going for the another orange camp that is at the other goblin merchant, and getting a very good set of items over here, I can say, and actually opting to go back right now. I believe the wisps have a vision to the Zeppelin, that when the Zeppelin caught in, and for some reason the Nidal player not opting to creep anymore over there. And where the hell is tree going? Someone tell me. A quote from SBK. Anyways, so the Nidal player will be heading inside the base. He can't really buy any items, but oh yes, he will be going for this orange camp right beside his base, Goblin laboratory. Human player also going for an orange camp, and human player actually rushing directly to tier 3. I wouldn't say siege tanks. Siege tanks would be very good at this point, because the Nidal player does not have anything but archers, and producing would take time. But at the same time, producing siege tanks would take a lot of time as well, and you actually need to produce them off an expansion and 2 more workshops. He is only getting 1 of them, so I believe more teams. I believe more teams would be the most the thing that he would be going for. MK gets ready, and as we can see, not many human dots over here, teal dots on the minimap. We can say that the human player is still riding the Zeppelin, and Zeppelin actually detecting that archer over there might follow him. Archer might get killed there, while the Stormbolt will be going off, and Archer actually seems to be going for hide, while the an artificial knight had gone down there. We were using the moonstone, that is. And so anyways, the moonstone was used a second ago to just regenerate the moon wells, I believe. And while tree of eternity is coming, and the Nidal player actually using a reveal over the human base just to see what the human player is cooking inside, and he can see a workshop ready. He does know that he will be facing some siege weaponry, and Nidal player actually getting a panda over there. And oh, so that's what the Ancient War were doing. And though the Ancient War is at a little too less hit points over here, I believe it. I don't think it fought anything, or did it like run into creeps, or I don't know. It seems to be heading back to the base right now. And oh my, whoa, what the hell? The human player for some reason landed on that island thing there, and I believe a hippogriff had followed him. I believe a hippogriff had followed the Goblin Zeppelin, because there was no other reason to land there, because I don't know, there aren't any creeps or something over there to be landing there for, because this is completely separated from this place. And human player was going for some drop and got spotted by a hippogriff and was being taken out, I believe, because there is some damage over the Zeppelin, and that's all I could think of at this point, because Dandaplayer is staying as another hippogriff there. And oh, this, I believe this was the hippogriff that was after the human layer. Human layer actually has a gyrocopter there as well, flying machine as it's called in Frozen Throne. Getting the fragmented bomb upgrade, fragmentation shard, that is upgrade, and it deals more damage to medium and unarmored units. And then Nidal is actually going for this green. Oh god, this is a red cam, not green, and might get Helm of Valor. Not a very bad item, gives you +4 strength and agility. Will be more useful for the panda than the warden, because the warden will be more better off with more mana, more intelligence, that is. So anyway, the human player is heading towards the Nidal base with, and oh my, he is going for a tower rush over here, and this time he is going for super all-in tower rush, in some words, as you can call, because he does have a lot of militias there heading in. And oh my, this is completely all in there. Tower rush, take 2, action! So anyway, the human player is going for some massive tower rush here. He just dropped 6 Ivory towers, and now all that he needs to do at this point is defend these towers unless and until they come up. And if these towers do come up, it will be very much GG for the Nidal player. But the Nidal player actually being successful in taking out these workers. It took out a good number of these footmen and militias, and right now human player just trying to do what he should be doing. He's just taking all the time away from the Nidal player, but EH.GIGABYTE acting very quickly over here. He found out what the human player was doing and just heading inside his base. now trying to take away the towers one by one. That's just what he should be doing, because if he wastes time to attack and fight the human units, he will be the towers will be ready, and if the towers come up ready, it is GG for the Nile player. Human player does have a lot of these workers over here, which are just dying like anything right now. And oh my, Warden is almost level 6 over here, and there's some good splash damage being dealt. The Warden and the Panda are just dancing all over these human units. Oh my, Nidal, this much die of Stormbolt. No Stormbolt will be there. It's just at lower hit points. But anyways, he did use a pot of healing to heal himself. But he actually also have an Ankh of Reincarnation. That does mean that even if it dies, it won't be dead for good for a while there. And right now, he seems to be like the Tower Rush attempt 2 has failed, just like the first one. And Night of Fear will come out of it eventually, as the human units are just dying one by one over here. 2 towers are up, although both of them are arcane. Arcane towers can't really do much in this point of the game. I can't really do much in a tower rush, and really, oh my, and that fan of knife, I believe that's a level 3 fan of knife, and it took out all of the militias there. Now taking out the last, picking up the pieces, taking out the last towers, while the human player retreats back to the base, and actually seeing no option, he's going for a Griffin Avery. I don't know. What would a Griffin Avery be good of? Getting Dragonhawk Riders? You can mass produce him easily, but they can be easily taken out by these Hippogriffs and the Dryads, the Dragonhawk Riders. So anyways, the human player seems to be creeping a little, and I believe that was a staff of... Yes, it was a staff of Sanctuary. It's a useful item, but it's a tier 3 one, so it's not used that much. It's only used in most of the late games, and where the human player goes for the triple hero, because human players don't go for a castle unless and until they get siege tanks. Oh my, he actually did get a siege tank, unless they get siege tanks, Griffin Riders or Knights. Or unless they just want to go for the third paladin in this kind of combination. So anyways, the tri hero is going to be meeting up with the Warden. Warden is actually strong enough to take on them, because the Warden is at level 5, Shadow Strike level 3 I believe, and Phantom Life level 2, or the other way around. But human player now human player using the Nile tactics on him, and oh my, human player might just die over there. Oh whoa, that was good. Human player was in under effect of Shadow Strike, TP'd back, but that did not take it out, because it does. It can see it going out still. He used a potion of healing, but it's no use right now. Even if after all those moves, even with after all the efforts that he put in, this is pretty much GG for the human player, and the GG should be coming out soon enough as the paladin goes down. GG by Yumiko. So anyways, this was kind of a cool game. We saw 2 tower rush attempts, both failed. Night player fended off them very well, and well, that is pretty much about it. If you like the video, do not forget to comment below, join the conversation below, that is. Do not forget to like and favorite the video if you do have liked it, and that is pretty much about it. If you would like to see more, do not forget to subscribe. And oh yeah, one more thing, I actually made a Facebook fan page. For those who do have a Facebook, I would really appreciate if you could follow me there as well, because just to stay updated on my activities. And that is pretty much about it. Z out.